in that stat so far, though hasn't faced a ton of shots because this team will just suffocate others defensively. And the goalkeeper for Las Vegas is Hector Casillas. Shot, kaboom! Will open the scoring at 13 and maybe 8 seconds in. These champions, these defending champion Amarillo Bombers, knowing that, well, it's all well and good to get back to Las Vegas for those finals, but we've got designs of winning, and we really want to put our foot down on everybody left in this season before we round it out. Now you see the clock there, 13 minutes to play here for the first quarter, and Amarillo on the board first. They'll be in the white kit with the black shorts, and for Las Vegas, the All Blacks, you've got the keeper there, Casillas, in the red kit with the black sweatpants. Collected beyond the midfield. Bombers just have not spent time this entire season practically, as you do have the first foul whistled. They just haven't spent a whole lot of time in general on the defensive side, and that's a great place to be in. So much of their time is spent in the possession on the attacking half, and just makes everyone's lives more difficult facing them. Restart as that ball will clip the very top of the wall, and the goalkeeper Chavez up to bowl it out quickly. As we get this shot slowly rolled to the keeper, this is a decent time to try and set the lineups for you. Hopefully our on-field action will give us enough time. So Richard Macias, Darren Mitchell, Kike Canes, David Treviso, and Miguel Reyes round out the lineup for your Bombers, wearing 21, 11, 91, 10, and 6 respectively. For Las Vegas, their starting 5 field players were Junior Escobedo, Robert Garcia, Nathaniel Reyes, Ian Dalton, and Calvin Aguirre, wearing 33, 29, 22, 24, and 14. Folks, did you study? Because this will be on the test at the end of this match. 11:40 to play, first quarter. Amarillo leading. They've also just not spent a lot of time trailing by any means. That's allowed them to be so often in possession and in the attacking half, as we say. Whistle comes here. The goal is credited at 13:12 of the first quarter to Pedro Francisco Castaneda for Amarillo. Castaneda is one of the youngest statesmen, as it were, on this Amarillo side at 24 years of age. July 9th of 2001. You just get such a wide range of ages, even more so on the women's side, on Women's Major League Indoor Soccer. But even here within MLIS, see some of the same. Keeper Casillas will knock that away with the one hand. 10 minutes, 45 seconds here, first quarter, still 1-0. The defending champion Amarillo Bombers to clinch their way to championship weekend. All Amarillo's got to do is win today. They would have nearly a stranglehold, too, on the top seed in the MLIS South Conference. That's how much this one means to them. And on the Las Vegas side, you say, yeah, you've been eliminated, but there's still plenty to play for, and you could be a thorn in everyone's side if you shake it up the rest of the way and even get really hot and win your last 5. There's a lot of conversation to be had for next year about what this club could build. Shot blocked. We do see the clock running a little bit too often, I think, so far for this period, and that might cause some delays in play. Was not slated to be a running clock contest. Something to keep an eye on when you do see that scoreboard above each goal frame. Won't make any guarantees either way. Fredo Chavez, the goalkeeper, is where else but an Amarillo, Texas native. 34 years of age, played collegiately at West Texas A&M, and is an original member of this Amarillo Bombers squad. So are a number of others, including Julio Molina. Molina, 28 years of age, and also says that he's very proud of being a Bomber since the club started, and of course winning the championship last year. That's what many of these players cite as their all-time favorite soccer memory. A 10-8 match in last year's final in Cleveland at the Wolstein Center. But that belies really just how dominant their overtime finish was. So there was no golden goal in that overtime, and the first 3 scores of it all belonged to this Amarillo side, dominating against a Cleveland Crunch squad that had every right to believe that they could come in there and win. It was just one whole table last season in Major League Indoor Soccer of 9 teams. Now, 2 conferences, 1 of 6, 1 of 7. You have 7 teams in the north and 6 here in the south. Whistle, and I believe you had a player sent off there with the card. Bombers still in possession here. About 8.5 to play. First quarter, their lead is still 1-0. Maybe the most patient club that Major League Indoor Soccer has to offer. We're going to see perhaps the other most patient club that the league has to offer in action this evening, also on MLIS Pro TV. Yours truly will be at that match as well. It's an 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific kickoff from Chicago, where the Cleveland Crunch will look to secure their spot in Vegas. They'll also be playing the Chicago Mustangs. That, of course, is the host for that side. Casillas in danger of seeing a chippy go in, perhaps from one of his own defenders even, as he is pressed tightly, but finally able to get it off. So the Chicago Mustangs are also still alive and in playoff contention, and they can shake up that whole North Conference playoff picture with a win this evening. Got a wide open player on the block, stuffed from Casillas. That is well done. That was point blank from Sam Webb, and that is saved. If we're seeing the clock right here, this should take us to the first media timeout, and we should be able to take a break at 7 minutes and 43 seconds here in this first quarter. Still 1-0 to the defending champion, Amarillo Bombers. As they take a timeout on the field, we will take a timeout over here and be back with you in just a few. Tanner White here with MLIS Pro TV. And we return from media timeout number 1. Once more, Tanner Light coming to you live from Big League Dreams here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are now halfway through quarter number 1. The defending champion Amarillo Bombers taking on the Las Vegas Turf Monsters. They would struck first with Pedro Francisco Castaneda back at the 13-12 mark real early on, and then hardly a shot to be spoken of until the easy dunk. Oh, you ever walk into one and the goal finds you? That is put down by Quique Canes. Canes is saying, muchas gracias. Canes, as he doubles the lead, will put Amarillo up 2-0. Vegas side has spent a fair amount of time trailing on this year, but truly is an awfully resilient club. They have rotated through more players total, have seen more total players take the field so far than any other club here in Major League Indoor Soccer on the season. And in terms of just general rostered players at one point or another, also lead the league. Those not necessarily players that have participated in a match so far. For Canes, that's going to be double-digit goals. He's got 9 goals and 6 assists on the season. Bombers still have 3 more opportunities to tack on to an already very impressive score sheet throughout the season. It's just, this is the club that we always knew that they were, and they have proven once again that they are the defending champions and why they deserve that kind of respect. Averaging almost 11 goals per match so far, strong on the power play at about 39%, and nearly impenetrable in their own penalty kill at 94%. A single power play goal allowed on the entire season. And this is not a team that's been a stranger to cards and even sometimes reds and suspensions. They, in fact, have 3 active suspensions, being Miguel Diaz, Abel Olivas, and Adrian Miller. And 2 of those ending tomorrow on March 8th. Line changes coming on both sides before we restart play here. And now the drop ball is awarded. You don't see that all too often, but you can see it when there was no clear possession given to one team or the other. Typically, that official will place the ball down for you before you restart. Great save with the 2 hands from Hector Casillas. Casillas also listed as an assistant coach. Now that is a versatile keeper. And you wonder, too, might you see him involved in the attacks a little bit, coming out higher and higher and let off a shot once in a while. Chavez, the goalkeeper on the other side, has scored 1 goal plus assisted 1 more on this season. The lead among attacking goalkeepers, as it will, continues to be Toronto's Filip Zendelik. And Toronto continues to be the class of the North Conference, and to a degree, although the Amarillo faithful could certainly argue this, continues to be the class of MLIS. Toronto is undefeated and out front of everyone. They have 2 more matches to polish out the season. One fantastic one coming up on the 14th, just a week from today, at Cleveland. And then they'll polish off the season on the 21st. The final match of the regular season as it sits so far. Whistle and a little foul. But they will play at home versus Pittsburgh. That was a rescheduled contest from earlier this season when the weather was at some points wreaking havoc. 4 minutes, 20 seconds, first quarter. Amarillo 2 and Las Vegas 0. 21 Macias was waiting to put that ball in play for quite a while. And then nothing happened off of the free kick. You can tell it's genuine, true Las Vegas by the lights and the sheer solarium effect that you get here in Big League Dreams in the middle of the day. Can become a little bit less of a concern really towards the nighttime, and maybe our later matches might help out that a little bit. We are over 3/4 of the way through quarter number 1. Amarillo Bombers still 2-0 over the host team, the Las Vegas Turf Monsters. An 8-0 undefeated Amarillo side taking on the 3-4 Las Vegas side. However, Vegas winners of their last 2 and still with plenty of room to shake things up. The first score is still being credited unassisted to Castaneda. The second one, Canes, we know, is the goal scorer. Miguel Reyes with the assist. 3 minutes to play for quarter number 1. Live from Big League Dreams here in the LV, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a touch all the way back toward the goalkeeper, Chavez. Chavez's goals are so simple between his personal and team goals. It's all just, hey, win another championship. It's so simple. The keeper Casillas ready for his goal kick. And Chavez also, when asked if he had any other shout-outs to give or anybody that he wanted to mention, call out at home, he said shout out his wife Sarah and his daughters Aria, Sydney, and Luna. A family man, as so many are here around MLIS. Once more, we're live on MLIS Pro TV. This is a production of the National Soccer Network, and we come to you live from Big League Dreams here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tanner White, so glad to be with you. Under 2 minutes, first quarter. The full slate of MLIS action visible on the score ticker at the bottom of your screen. Don't miss all of those matches throughout a long and fantastic, exciting weekend in the MLIS. Just by happenstance, we have these South Conference matches first. But as we told you, Chicago and Cleveland this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific could be one of the very best matches that this season has to offer. And arguably that the MLIS has ever seen. Those are the two original members left from the first season of Major League Indoor Soccer back in the 2022-23 season, Chicago and Cleveland. And they're playing for their playoff lives. Juicy, juicy storylines. We've just hit 1 minute to play for the first quarter. Amarillo shot stopped. The keeper Casillas. That is on time and on target from Miguel Diaz. And on another try, rebound, bang. 3-0 under 45 seconds, I believe you're talking. Look at the little back heel, so calm from Diaz. And eventually leads out to the shot for Julio Molina. Molina around that, like we say, 43 to 45 second mark. We'll let you know when it's official. Vegas has not registered a shot on goal officially yet. Just 30 seconds to play here for quarter number one, 3-0 Amarillo. They'll patiently sit in their own end for a while. Now finally flip it up the left board. Interception for Las Vegas is 15. Abdul Kua. Now just 5 seconds. And if Amarillo can avoid one really late counterattack, as the shot will probably not get off in time from Kua, they will hold that 3-0 lead going into the first quarter break. This is what you've come to expect from Amarillo as they play to wrap up their playoff spot in Las Vegas for championship weekends. We'll go to quarter number two in just a moment. You're watching Major League Indoor Soccer here on MLIS Pro TV.
Experience the thrill that came like never before with NSN's Game Rewind.
Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics,
Letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail.
whether it's a championship win or a legendary play.
NSN Game Rewind bridges the past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate.
Call 586-304-4405
And start watching today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
and let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
Well, folks, we've had 1 quarter of play. That's all well and good. How would you like 3 more of them? They'll look just like the first if what we've seen from Amarillo this entire season continues to hold true. They lead 3-0 coming out of the quarter break. 15 more minutes to play here until the half. Amarillo in the white kits once more. They've got the white numbers in sort of the insides and then surrounded by the bubble lettering of the black. And then the MLIS patch on the left shoulder. The Las Vegas Turf Monsters, their home kits, all blacks. You see many of them opting to go with tights and or shorts. Of course, you got to have the shorts on, of course. This is a family-friendly stream, but many have also chosen to go with black tights. We kick it off for quarter number 2. Coming to you live once more from Big League Dreams here in Las Vegas, Nevada. That was a good-looking opening run. You haven't seen a whole lot of that from the Vegas side. First attack just finally made the opposing keeper Chavez there think about it, and Andy Rodriguez was bearing down on him. Jesse Fredo Chavez has been out front of MLIS nearly the entire season in goals against average. That is a credit to everyone around him just as much as it is to his working goal, but not this time. Las Vegas will not go quietly. You know, it's one of those cities that never sleeps or something, and, well, you can't keep them down forever, and they have pressed and challenged a lot of really, really good clubs on the season. 3-4 record we mentioned as they come into play, but that belies, frankly, how well they have played in some even pretty influential matches. The score is the 0-0. Ooh, we love to see that. Irvin Guijon from Andy Rodriguez. 14-20, first quarter. We wondered if we were seeing the numbers right there of Guijon. We at first were told that he was going to wear the 10, and now as he comes out and we were able to see the backs of the uniforms a little clearer, we in fact saw 0-0. Looks cool. Back touch toward the keeper, Chavez. The leading goal scorer in Major League Indoor Soccer continues to be, as it has from the opening weekend all the way on through, Rafael Tobias of Orlando. Tobias with 34 goals coming into play today. Next closest, Leonardo Sobrera of Utah's own Salt Lake City, Utah Uprising FC. 18. Once more, that's 34-18. Your gap between the goal scorers, little chippy. And that chip shot not going to find net just yet. Tobias also with a healthy lead in points overall, 43 points through 11 matches. And the next closest is Admir Suljevic of Cleveland, rather. Suljevic, the all-time leader in goals, assists, and points throughout Major League Indoor Soccer. Again, that is credit to his longevity and sticking around, but it's also speaking to the fact that Cleveland is an original MLIS member. 12-15, second quarter, 3-1. Las Vegas struck first as Guijon, the goal scorer, ripped the pass in from Andy Rodriguez and buried it 40 seconds in to this period. We got an update from the ground in Las Vegas, as we're hearing in our ear, that the jersey that they had for him, the number 10, was in fact what he was going to wear, and then they said it ripped, so they had to put a black shirt on him. Casillas down to a knee to stop this, and the easy tap in for birdie. Amarillo says 1 goal is more than enough to allow. We got to go and get this back right away. Little 2-man game, and at the end, putting it in for the Bombers was Canes once more. Kike Canes now with 11 scores on the season in match number 9. This club is led in scoring by Luis Esteban and Emmanuel Salaya. We got the whistle, and we have the... Thought we were seeing shootout for just a moment. I don't believe that's it. You got just a free kick coming here after the score. Pardon us, kick it off. Whole lot happening around Major League Indoor Soccer and Women's Major League Indoor Soccer for what it's worth today. You got to make sure to follow along with all of the live action over here on YouTube at MLIS Pro TV. And any of these that you're not able to put on your many different screens, if you're just having to keep up with the stats, well, go to MLISpro.com or WMLIS.soccershift.com and follow along with the scores on the score tickers at the very top of your screen. If you completely run out of devices in general, then it's okay. These will all be here for you over here on MLIS Pro TV when you need them. Each and every match. Throughout 118 of them as the keeper Chavez flops on this. 118 regular season matches, yes, between MLIS and WMLIS this season. Clubs play 12. Here on the Major League Indoor Soccer side, the fun back heel try, that could have been spectacular. And over in WMLIS, a 10-match regular season. Las Vegas Gold trimmed this to a 4-2 contest. Vegas is crediting that one to Luis Suarez at 11:28 of the second quarter. So few touches for Amarillo this entire season are working backwards. So many of them are just attacking in some kind of way that can create something or other. There's a big 3 or 4 car pileup, and still Bombers end up with the ball in their possession. 14, Calvin Aguirre had maybe the best chance for Las Vegas defensively to take one away. Couldn't do it. Shots blocked.
Stay there.
Stepping in front of that for Vegas, 7, Brennan Griffith. 9 minutes, 32 seconds. Second quarter, 4-2. Amarillo leading over Las Vegas. The goal differential for the Bombers coming in was already plus 55. And tack one more on. Splash. You can't keep a single member of these Bombers down for long. The stellar feed is from 25, Brendan Lee. We're trying to figure out the goal scorer on the replay even. Let you know the moment that we do. Whistle, I think we had a little bit of the false start there. See if somebody moved a little bit before our officials were ready to restart play. All right, now we should be off and running. 5-2, Amarillo leads. Our clock now shows 9 minutes and 8 seconds, that is, of the second quarter. Bombers may be already thinking 2 is too many for us. We said 1 was too many after the very first Las Vegas score, but that's the expectation kind of that the keeper Chavez has of himself and the squad has of themselves overall. Head coach Chad Webb is, you don't want to say ruthless, but if sometimes that's the correct word, then that's what he's got to be. And it led the club to a championship in the first season here on the MLIS side. Shot blocked. Kicks way out just beyond the half. Some good handles at first shown by Vegas with Andy Rodriguez. Rodriguez all over the place, jumping off the film early on. 8 minutes, 15 seconds, second quarter. The media timeout coming soon. It's usually enforced at your first stoppage under 8 minutes. We say usually. Las Vegas with plenty of numbers here. Ooh, they slowed it down maybe just a little bit too long. Shot plunked. Woodwork is fickle. Whistle. Let's see, does this bring the card out too? Or is it just a common foul? Getting a little heated as our officials are going to take a moment to just gain control of this one. Great look at them, and you wonder if warnings are coming. Don't know that we saw any cards because usually they're presented so demonstratively, sort of in one's face. But it just removes all doubt. That was a great hesitation with the right. Then the shot is let off too high with the left. And no dice there for Amarillo's Jose Lopez. Bombers still in possession. And now you see that clock is under 8 minutes. So again, when we get our next longer stoppage, we should definitely have that media timeout enforced. Halfway through quarter number 2, 5-2 Amarillo. At the top of the South Conference, just like they've been all season long. That's what happens when you get 2/3 of the way through your season and don't lose. When it finishes, if Amarillo should be the winners today, especially in regulation, they clinch. They will be going to Vegas once more for championship weekend on the last weekend of March, the 28th and 29th, live from Orleans Arena. That will also be a National Soccer Network production. Look at that scorching turn. That is hot with a capital H-O-T. And that deserves, at the minimum, one more look. Oh, my. Is that Reyes we're seeing? He's got the captain's armband, so that identifies him for us. Miguel Reyes just goes top bin. And now there's our media timeout coming. It was worth the wait, folks. Amarillo 6-2 over Las Vegas on the road. As they take the timeout on the field, we'll take the timeout over here. You're watching MLIS Pro TV.
Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku, the market leader in video distribution. Starting this Friday night, we're bringing you not one, not two, but 5 elite matches. Enjoy action-packed games from the Midwest Premier League, United Women's Soccer, and the UPSL. With viewing packages starting at just $2.99, it's never been easier to catch all the action from the comfort of your own home. Experience award-winning play-by-play commentary, dynamic graphics, and a professional broadcast experience, all brought to you by the National Soccer Network. Fans, don't miss a moment. Stream all the excitement on Roku. The National Soccer Network, where the game comes alive.
And so we return once more from another one of those media timeouts. Our clock showing 6 minutes and 52 seconds to play until halftime. Amarillo just got a scorched earth goal from Miguel Reyes. That turn was from deep, and it felt personal. As Reyes puts that in against keeper Hector Casillas for Las Vegas, Amarillo goes up 6-2. They have not trailed in this one, scored the first 3. And the 2 Las Vegas scores here in this second quarter are Irvin Gijon from Andy Rodriguez and then Luis Suarez at the 11:28 mark. That was just 15 seconds after the Canes goal, also here in this second quarter. Out of that media timeout, Las Vegas sees themselves currently outshot in this contest 12-3, being quadrupled up in the shots, as it were. And we speak in terms of shots put on goal. It's a good little chip shot and then kind of just a desperate waving heel, unable to make contact there. Vegas coming up empty with 10. Gijon once more. Or pardon us, it wasn't Gijon because Gijon was the one who was supposed to wear the 10, and then now he's wearing the double zeros. See if we can get clarification on in a moment who we do have, in fact, with the Gijon number on. Under 6 minutes here for the second quarter. 6-2 still. Fun fact about Amarillo, they have been known to, at times, have their team staff join the team meetings and announce themselves as, hey, the champions are here. And that is the right that they've earned by virtue of taking on Cleveland last year in Cleveland at the Wolstein Center at Cleveland State. And Cleveland with so many advantages in that one. A really tough travel schedule for Amarillo to get there when you have shorter notice of if you're going or not in terms of how the standings shake out and things. It's all advantages to a home side that gets to host there for the championship match. And yet, Amarillo, now it came all the way down to overtime. And then in overtime, they exploded for the first 3 goals of that one. And that final score in that championship match to make it a 10-8 game and seemingly a little bit closer happened with just about a second left. As we mentioned last season, no golden goal in that championship match's overtime. You nearly had the WMLIS final, the inaugural one last season, also reach all the way to overtime. Fort Wayne and Chicago would play an epic back-and-forth 8-7 match with nearly the majority of all of that scoring happening that is, in the fourth quarter. But in the end, the game winner would be from Kelly Collins. Collins and her Chicago Mustangs women's side will be in action this evening at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, over in Kalamazoo, taking on Zoo City FC. 4 minutes to play, second quarter. Bombers playing the match that they'd like to play right now. By the formula, by the scoreboard, by the feel of it and everything. Quick back touch for the keeper, Chavez. That may be the only member on this Amarillo side who's very much frustrated with themselves because of his incredibly high standard he holds himself to. Shot blocked. And because of the fact that Chavez had come in, as we mentioned, as a leader in goals against average. The top 5 in that category go Chavez, Toronto's Philip Zendelik, who, again, also scores goals like a striker and does lead the league so far in wins with 10, as that's an undefeated Toronto side. Liam McIntosh of Cleveland is third. McIntosh is, you really can't call him a reserve keeper, even though Marijo Musa, their starting keeper, kind of by default, also has fantastic numbers. McIntosh is one of the most reliable second-ish or kind of 1A, 1B type options that exist. At this foul, the restart is just about to come. Our referee's directing traffic. That's excellent placement of our microphones. Thank you to our Unity View TV crew down on the field in Las Vegas for capturing all of the live sights and sounds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds until the half. Work down the right board by Reyes. Reyes managed to put it on target, but just not a whole lot of sauce. So the keeper, Casillas, had an easier time. Chavez flops and makes his own save. Chad Webb, as we mentioned, is the head man for Amarillo, leading out his side that is, as Las Vegas lists Luis Suarez as player coach for this one. Tough tackle, and it's going to bring the whistle. Getting penalized is Abdul Kuwa for Las Vegas. Five fouls is the count. That's what we're hearing over from the bench area. So what that means and why it's important, folks, on the 6th foul against a team within a half, you will give the other team a shootout. We'll let you know if it's coming, if and when we do see it. 90 seconds to play until the half. Shot deflected. Still, again, you saw a couple of extra seconds maybe run off the clock, but we haven't seen any signals from our referees to actually add time back on. They do have the right to do, though, at their discretion, and they will occasionally glance up at the clock and see something and then signal first for the stoppage and then second to get it reset and specifically tell your clock operator exactly what that time is. This you thought would be a clear card, and it is. This should be a boarding. Going to be fairly simple to enforce there on Kua. Man up opportunity coming for Amarillo, as if this club needed a whole lot of help. Kua walking off at 1 minute and 2 seconds. Blue card is good for the 2-minute power play. The goalkeeper's out of his own area, and there's a whole lot to talk about right now. A conference, as I believe our referee is calling a captain over. And that's exactly the right thing to do, as Miguel Reyes will be denoted as the captain by that red armband. You don't see goalkeepers as captains here in Major League Indoor Soccer, and the reason why is actually logistical as much as anything. It's because when somebody's got to go out there and talk to the referee, it can't be the goalkeeper. They can't leave that goalkeeper's area completely unattended. All right, so cooler heads eventually prevail in this one. Kua, blue card for boarding at 1 minute and 2 seconds. Man advantage. This would leak over into the starts of quarter number 3 should Amarillo be unable to score within the time that they have until half. 40 more seconds until that halftime break. 6-2 is their lead now. Their largest score, or rather their largest goal output of the season, was a 20 bomb. That was a match in Dallas that they would win 20-2. That we will talk about for many years to come, probably. Rebound. Scored! And they'll beat the buzzer. Reyes. Dos veces. Power play and short time, and you just knew that all of that combined was going to make this opportunity real dangerous. It's Canes for Reyes, and it is a 7-2 lead for Amarillo just before the break. So that penalty gets released, and that's the one bit of good news. But the bad news is how quickly Amarillo comes down after the break, and we're hearing that this is the 6th foul now enforced against Las Vegas. This should be the shootout if what we're seeing and everybody is lining up for is correct. Then there's 5 seconds that'll be put back on, because you have to have the player with this free run up having enough time to get the shot off. Here's Emmanuel Celaya. Celaya with just 5 seconds until the half, and the major mental mistake of the 6th foul on the Las Vegas side. So Celaya gets this whole free run up. Everybody at the midfield stripe behind him. He's just staring down that keeper, Hector Casillas. And 3 words maybe running through Casillas' mind. Estoy en peligro. Look at the deke, and it's going to lead to a dunk. Oh, one more buzzer beater score. That 6th foul proves even more costly. And just, we could watch these handles all day long from Emmanuel Celaya. Casillas kind of swung and missed, and then from that moment on, you could tell it was just going to pretty much lead to the tap-in. That's your halftime score, folks. Amarillo is once more, we've got to say just who we thought they were. They're the defending champions, and they lead 8-2 at the half against Las Vegas with that buzzer beater and the score at 15 seconds from Reyes just before. As we will head to the half, once more, we want to thank you for joining us over here on MLIS Pro TV. I'm Tanner White, and your defending champion Amarillo Bombers will lead 8-2 versus Las Vegas, live from Big League Dreams when we come back for half number 2.
ready. The National Soccer Network is now streaming live on Roku, the market leader in video distribution. Starting this Friday night, we're bringing you not one, not two, but 5 elite matches. Enjoy action-packed games from the Midwest Premier League, United Women's Soccer, and the UPSL. With viewing packages starting at just $2.99, it's never been easier to catch all the action from the comfort of your own home. Experience award-winning play-by-play commentary, dynamic graphics, and a professional broadcast experience, all brought to you by the National Soccer Network. Fans, don't miss a moment. Stream all the excitement on Roku. The National Soccer Network, where the game comes alive. The market leader in video distribution. Starting this Friday night, we're bringing you not one, not two, but 5 elite matches. Enjoy action-packed games from the Midwest Premier League, United Women's Soccer, and the UPSL. With viewing packages starting at just $2.99, it's never been easier to catch all the action from the comfort of your own home. Experience award-winning play-by-play commentary, dynamic graphics, and a professional broadcast experience, all brought to you by the National Soccer Network. Fans, don't miss a moment. Stream all the excitement on Roku. The National Soccer Network, where the game comes alive. Experience the thrill of the game like never before with NSN's Game Rewind. Dive into full match commentaries enhanced with cutting-edge dynamic graphics, letting you relive the highs and lows of your favorite matches in astonishing detail. Whether it's a championship win or a legendary play, NSN Game Rewind bridges the past and future with a broadcast experience designed to captivate. Call 586-304-4405 and start watching today. Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs. From high-quality production to exceptional coverage, we ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today. Call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast and let NSN bring the action to life like never before. the market leader in video distribution. Starting this Friday night, we're bringing you not one, not two, but 5 elite matches. Enjoy action-packed games from the Midwest Premier League, United Women's Soccer, and the UPSL. With viewing packages starting at just $2.99, it's never been easier to catch all the action from the comfort of your own home. Experience award-winning play-by-play commentary, dynamic graphics, and a professional broadcast experience, all brought to you by the National Soccer Network. Fans, don't miss a moment. Stream all the excitement on Roku. The National Soccer Network, where the game comes alive.
Are you ready to create unforgettable moments for your audience? NSN offers professional live streaming and full broadcast services tailored to your needs.
From high-quality production to exceptional coverage,
We ensure your game or event becomes a spectacle to remember. Book your next game with us today.
call 586-304-4405 to schedule your broadcast.
And let NSN bring the action to life like never before.
Boost your brand with NSN's live soccer broadcast, reaching a passionate audience in real time. Engage fans during thrilling soccer matches. Maximize visibility with tailored ad packages. Add 30-second or 60-second commercials for concise, impactful messaging and greater audience connection. Call 586-304-4405 and start your campaign today.
And we make our triumphant return from the half. Folks, once more, thank you so much for tuning in. We are back for half number 2 here from Big League Dreams. It's the Amarillo Bombers and the Las Vegas Turf Monsters. When we begin play here for half number 2, Amarillo will hold the 8-2 lead. They blitzed Vegas in the last 15 seconds of that second quarter, scoring twice. Miguel Reyes had one nasty turn that was already back-to-back goals for him. And then that that sixth foul and the very costly final foul of that half would create the shootout opportunity. Emmanuel Salaya with some nasty handles to shake the goalkeeper for Las Vegas, Hector Casillas, and tap it in for birdie. And as you tally it all up, you look up and down and you say, we're trailing by 6 to kick off the second half. That is a really tough spot for this Vegas club to be in, because this is where Amarillo wants to be in each and every match. That's led Jesse Chavez to rack up these 8 wins and this club to be undefeated, with Chavez having to make just 58 saves on the whole season. They have suffocated good teams, good attacking teams, and they are still undefeated. This would be 3/4 of the way through their season if this advantage can hold up, and if they can take this game, get these final 3 points in regulation, and secure their spot in Las Vegas. Believe it or not, still not mathematically secured because of Orlando, as well as, he didn't have the foul called. We're surprised there. It was a tough play down in the corner from Gijon. And there's a big old pile up. Let's see how they sort this out and what foul they may choose to enforce. It's almost like a pick 2 or 3 out of that pile and just kind of flip a coin between those two, perhaps. Eventually we're going to say it's a Vegas foul. And so a really good free kick spot for Canes. Canes, blasted save, Casillas. Hector Casillas, the man in goal. He locks down one more attacking chance. Just every direct free kick, every penalty shot, every early cross within the possession is ending in a quality shot right now for Amarillo, and they just really can't miss since, well, a couple minutes into this one. The first goal was 13-12, so you can't even say 2 full minutes. Finally, a cross is blocked. That was looking for 95 Cleberson Rodriguez. Kleber netted a couple in last year's championship match in Cleveland. As we've mentioned, there's a reason why we call them the defending champions, as they did defeat the Cleveland Crunch 10-8 in last year's final. Rodriguez, golazo! These touches are so on point. The cross in for Rodriguez. Soft left foot there. And it goes Treviso to Rodriguez for the first score of quarter number 3. Thanks so much once again to our Unity View TV crew down on the ground in Las Vegas over at Big League Dreams. The home team sees themselves now trailing 9-2, and they've got 13 to play still for the third quarter. This runaway train that is the Amarillo attack. They expect to give their goalkeeper Chavez these kind of leads, and then they expect in return that he's going to hold on to them and pretty much silence teams right where they are. Whistle, tough tackle, and it appears to be the foul going on 12, Felipe Baez for the Bombers. Foul counts reset at the half, folks, so you can begin accumulating, as it were, although hilarious to say, you can begin, quote-unquote, to reaccumulate your foul counts. As we mentioned, the sixth foul on Las Vegas in that first half created that buzzer-beating shootout from Celaya. Should any team rack up 6 more fouls here for half number 2, it would lead to another. That is a great defensive interception. Kua, who had the blue card that led to one of those power play scores. That was the one from Reyes. Kua shot, bang! And so they're kicking, scratching, and clawing. That's what you know that this club can do. That's from Gijon. Now we see the normal black shirt for him, and we see exactly what we had heard on the ground earlier in our ear, is that, hey, in fact, Gijon had that number 10 jersey, and it just ripped. Good feed, Gijon, Kua. 9-3. Sure, Vegas not thrilled by their defensive efforts, but on attack, that's the thing. This club could hang with some of the true heavy hitters, as of course Amarillo is one. Ironic whistle and a foul there. Not those kind of hits per se. That last one appeared to go on Reyes. 11:24. We play in the third quarter. 9-3. We've got a goal apiece here for this quarter. And the Las Vegas score, Gijon to Kua. It's currently credited the assist right now to Suarez. We thought that we heard that, again, that black T-shirt was Gijon, unless you have multiple just pure black T-shirts. But we'll take time to get that sorted when this match is over. Bombers back down the other way once more. And they just send a ball in the right direction, close their eyes sometimes, and figure that they're going to find somebody. Reyes was the target on that last possession. Reyes, again, identifiable by that captain's armband on the bicep. It's red this time. Many other clubs will use a neon of some kind. But his is pure red. Shot, save, Casillas. A header for the rebound. Casillas once more on Reyes. Denied. And then the pile up, and that should be 2 quick fouls on Miguel Reyes. Throws up his hands, incredulous. Like we say, the foul counts could end up mattering for something here, folks. $10 minutes, 15 seconds, third quarter. Well, insofar as you can have an incredibly entertaining match that's got the 6-goal spread or so, this has undeniably been one. And again, fouls now on both sides piling up pretty quick. We are just north of 10 minutes to play here for the third quarter. 9-3 the score. Amarillo over Las Vegas. Live from Big League Dreams, you're watching MLIS Pro TV. Whistle, foul down in the corner. Our clock shows 9:37 or so to play. The free kick's coming in a moment. Make it now 9:46, pardon us, of the third quarter. Once this direct free kick comes, Vegas will probably be thinking, yeah, we've got to shoot this here. This time it's Mohamed Kua. You've been seeing Abdel Kua heavily involved. And our clock also still running. I wonder if we will get a stoppage and now a reset eventually, because this is run off 20-plus seconds without active play. And tick, 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 it continues to run. So our only options here are have both sides among themselves agreed along with our referee crew to make this clock running, or is this inadvertent? I think now finally, as we're getting the stoppage, our referee cupping both hands to his mouth and barking, I think that we've got to have a reset here, and it should be adding something like 50 seconds. That's a lot to lose. All right, so a whole huddle to be had for the Vegas attackers. Eventually, when we do get the restart here, no matter what the clock says, we're going to have a free kick coming. 9:35 is what's currently on the clock. But as we saw it when the clock was originally stopped and the free kick was going to come was 9:46. And the Jeopardy theme that you hear playing in the background, folks, that's just for comedic effect. Once more, our officials in discussions with each other and with everybody on the field. You say everybody on the field. We really mean like all at once. Every single field player. Now even the goalkeeper, Chavez, is going to walk back towards his goal area and make sure to provide an earful, as it were, for our official down there, closest to him. So, are we finally seeing shootout awarded for Las Vegas? If that's the case, folks, it's all well and good with us. All right, so that's what we've got. It took quite a while to get there, but at 9:35 here in the third quarter. Again, we thought it should be 9:46. Just wipe it all away, folks, and forget what you've seen here. The shootout comes. Shot rejected. And so when you take a little bit too long, you again get those players that start at that midfield stripe, but they get plenty of time to run up and sometimes even affect the shot eventually. If you go slow enough. Shot blasted off the woodwork as Casillas would have been nowhere near there. That was a tremendous delay for much ado about nothing, as it were. 9 minutes, third quarter, as we eventually restarted play. It was merciful, to be honest with you. Amarillo still leads 9-3, lost in all of that. The stuff of the penalty shot kept it where it was. Celaya making himself a target. 32, Richard Escalante as well. You see Escalante dropping back to the right here, receiving this pass from the keeper, Chavez. Jose Chavez came into the day with a 4.05 goals against average. Minuscule and best in the MLIS. Not just best in the South, where this club has been, this Amarillo club has been, but best in Major League Indoor Soccer across all 13 teams. Turn ineffective there. So very few shots have been off target. That's one of the things that just makes Amarillo so tough. Oh, that interception could have led to an easy walk-in score for Sam Webb. Webb has just one shot put up. It was on goal way back early in the first quarter. We're under that 8-minute mark, so the media timeout's coming soon. Whistle, foul. It's good sportsmanship there. You see the hand extended to help up 12 Felipe Baez. We are nearly halfway through quarter number 3. Probably our most interesting of quarters so far. It's tough to say because the way that second quarter ended with that Amarillo blitz, when you had the power play goal and then the shootout in rapid succession within the last 15 seconds of that quarter, thought, well, that certainly qualifies too or is in contention. Nonetheless, for, again, a 9-3 match that Amarillo's been in control of the entire way, it's been tremendously entertaining. We come to you live once more from Big League Dreams here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tanner White, so glad to be with you here on MLIS Pro TV. You're watching a production of the National Soccer Network. Under 7 minutes to play for this quarter. Still haven't had that media timeout yet. It's coming soon. Ooh, Sam Webb with just maybe a little bit of miscommunication there between Webb and Richard Macias, 21 in the white. And it does not end in a quality attack on that possession for Amarillo. Set down on the Vegas side, an interception. And now they won't make their job any easier. Canes cross for his left. And they'll have to turn it out and away with Celaya. All the way back for the keeper. Ooh, Fredo Chavez is taken out. Now let's see what we've got. Is it just the foul and then the media timeout hitting in rapid succession? I believe that's what we saw. We certainly believe that the keeper was fouled. That's what we've got here, and that media timeout comes at 6 minutes and 18 seconds here in the third quarter. A goal apiece here for the third quarter, but for the match, Amarillo 9-3 over Las Vegas here on MLIS Pro TV.
In Barca camp, I sing my song grown on and off of the field. Don't miss the time to register.
Sign up now for Barca camp.
In Barca camp, I sing my song grown on and off of the field. Don't miss the time to register.
Sign up now for Barca camp.
And we return out of that media timeout, folks. 6 minutes to play here now for the third quarter. Amarillo over Las Vegas. 9-3 is their advantage. Whistle. Wow, that was a really quick foul out of that timeout as the captain, Miguel Reyes, is tossed. Again, you're going to see the ample-sized left bicep carrying that red armband to signify he is the Amarillo captain. After this foul, they get a free kick at a good-looking spot here from Pedro Castaneda. We have Castaneda with one goal, and we know that he scored the first one. He's also credited with another one early in the first quarter. And he goes just a little bit wide of the keeper Casillas with the worm burner. Probably not going to be quite a shot on goal. The other goal that Castaneda is credited with now was 41 seconds to play in the first quarter. We believed that one to be Celaya. Great stuff from Chavez. Fredo Chavez on Nathaniel Reyes. And now you see the keeper Casillas, as we speculated maybe he would a little bit in the first quarter, drifting a little bit out of his own area. Clock winds. 2/3 of the way through quarter number 3. And when we say the clock winds, it doesn't wind quite as freely, quite as willy-nilly as it did at that last somewhat eternal stoppage. It's a good defensive interception on the Vegas side. Like the handles, too. Good football skills there from Regan Rice. Rice still pressuring here. See if there's a chance he could take a turn. Rice is denied. Emphatically, he is told no by Castaneda. And that ball has made its great escape. Saw that thing trickle all the way. I think it went through the goal and then hopped out there to parts unknown and make it 10-3. Never to be seen again, perhaps. Your service was highly appreciated. All right, 10-3 score. Amarillo, healthy lead once more. Have not trailed in this one, and the lead has been as small as 3-0 in terms of established leads that they've had. They scored the first 3 in this one, and from then on, that second quarter had a big scoring differential of 5-2. Just 2-1 here for the third. Shot, little too high. Restart coming. We await confirmation on that last goal scorer on the Amarillo side, but we know that our score sits at 10-3. Again, we've got plenty of other action to offer around Major League Indoor Soccer and Women's Major League Indoor Soccer today into tonight. Be sure to find those matches along your score ticker, or you can go on to MLISpro.com or WMLIS.soccershift.com and see all of those games across the score tickers at the top of your screen there. Follow all the action live, as always, here on MLIS Pro TV. Keeper Chavez drifts as far as we've seen him out of his own area. Hasn't negatively affected them one way or the other, really, the positioning of the goalkeeper. Eventually, we're having that goal credited as Miguel Diaz from Kleber Rodriguez. Took a while for that to get in. That's going to sit unofficial, but they call it 4:01 third quarter. It's a good battle there, as Kuwa has been in the middle of so many of those. He's got the one Vegas blue card for the boarding back at 1 minute and 2 seconds of the second quarter. We are under 2 minutes here for the third quarter. Amarillo with the healthy 10-3 lead. They're just 16 and a half minutes or so from punching their ticket to Las Vegas. They might have been one of those clubs that has kind of really been looking at the blocked room rates and the flights for a while because they just figured that they'd get here. Whistle and the foul. Taking the little head over heels roll was 25 Brendan Lee there for Amarillo. And another Las Vegas foul accumulates.
Get those doors closed!
We've got 1:23 p.m. local time here, live from Las Vegas and Big League Dreams. Again, as that sun begins to drift lower and lower throughout the day, that'll probably help us out with the optics. 1:15 to play for this frame. Kuwa, so easily identifiable by the brightness of the green shoes. Turns it back for the keeper, Casillas, with under 1 minute. Hector Casillas is your leading goalkeeper on this side and has racked up, believe it or not, just one of the wins. However, found all over the stat sheet other places, including leading this club with 44 saves coming into today. They've just simply rotated through so many. There is a couple bombers on the doorstep there, and nobody's going to come up with it. Or a couple of turf monsters, rather. Under 30 seconds. Whistle, foul. Thought we saw handball on Celaya. Plus, they could have whistled that initial contact first that sent Gijon to the ground. Free kick at 23 seconds. The turn, save by Chavez. Chavez quick with his distribution. But you do have one more restart coming. Again, the clock is going to run. If this goes all the way to the quarter break, then we know that the clock's got to stop and there's got to be some time thrown back onto it. That should be the signal, because right now it shows 2 seconds, and you probably should have had about 11 or 12. And so any attacking team in this situation has some reason to be upset. But they flick and score! Beating buzzers every opportunity. Canes from downtown. Oh, it's so nonchalant. We could watch it all day long. I think everybody just assumed that we were going to have the stoppage. So sorry, folks. We got to take it to the fourth quarter, but what a fantastic strike to end that period from Canes. 11-3, the defending champion Amarillo Bombers. And we'll be back for quarter number 4 in just a few here on MLIS Pro TV.
In Barca camp, I sing my song grown on and off of the field. Don't miss the time to register.
Sign up now for Barca camp.
All right, folks, so just 15 more minutes standing between these Amarillo Bombers and another trip to the playoffs. They will clinch their ticket to Las Vegas for championship weekend on March 28th and 29th with a win in this 11-3 contest. That's all you got to do is maintain that 8-goal cushion. We told you how Las Vegas has pushed some good clubs on the season. They come in 3-4, but at times have looked like one of the better clubs that this league has to offer, and in fact registered a win against Orlando, who's been in the second position in the South for much of this season so far. Wall ball here. See what this stoppage is about. Do we have... Again, we've been awaiting a couple of warnings between benches and perhaps players on the field even. We're turning our ears as tightly as we can into what's being said down on the field. Maybe you don't want to do that too much. There's always a risk that you'll hear more than you want to. All right, this clock is stopped at 14 minutes and 12 seconds. We're all going to get a lesson in patience before this match is over, something tells us. And discussions to be had all around between benches and players and referees and team officials. And after all of it, at the end of the day, we got to finish this match out. You have 14 minutes plus to play. The match has been largely decided. And again, when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. We play for the wins and losses, folks, yes, and we do keep score. However, a crucial part of this league is the Amarillo Bombers just shelling people. Not what we wanted to say, however, it just smacks us in the face there with a wide open, easy turn. Is that Celaya once more on that right block? We're looking at his right foot down low. We are thinking perhaps Celaya. We believe it is at 13:58 of the fourth quarter. So what we mean to say is competition happens just between those lines and inside of those boards. Then entirely the rest of the season beyond that, it's got to be cooperation between clubs. The little header and then cleared nearly off of the goal line with a bicycle kick. Now this is going to be one of the first times perhaps the first time this match that we see a defensive clearance call. So a defending team which does clear the ball in sort of the way that you saw there off of the goal line, but puts the ball out of play off of them. It gives up a free kick just like this. And that free kick is knocked away, so the threat becomes much less. But that can be a very unadvantageous spot. The keeper, Casillas, got a little piece here. Well done by him. It would be easy in his position to be sort of shell-shocked and be slower to react, or even come out way too far and maybe get some penalties. He's getting pelted! The top bin bomb just drilled in by Felipe Baez. That's an unlucky 13th goal allowed for Hector Casillas for Las Vegas. And it's so tough to say that you put any of the blame here on Casillas as the keeper himself. Baez from Rodriguez, 12:38, fourth quarter. And so Amarillo has been making a statement from the moment that they returned for season number 2 here in MLIS. We've heard that and we've received that message loud and clear here this afternoon. Defending champions, but with every intention of going and getting themselves another. It's going to look a little bit different this year, just having the 2 conferences. However, you're still going to have one semifinal on each side, feeding into a final. Casillas went with a little Karate Kid move, leaves the empty netter, nearly scored once more. And the cross just a little bit wide of the goal frame. It was Canes who was waiting that time on the right block. Treviso out for Richard Macias, 21 in the white. Once more, if you're just joining us recently, these Amarillo Bombers going with the white kits up top and the Las Vegas Turf Monsters in the all blacks. They have a red kit for their women's team that they've worn for home contests, and that one is fantastic. But the all blacks, it's also hard to miss with. Shot, scored! Once more, it's the little putt from a couple of feet. Trying to see if Sam Webb got this last touch or if that original shot was going in from Miguel Diaz. We're thinking it's just Diaz straight up. That is our guess. But as we often know, sometimes our guess is just as good as yours. We've got Diaz from Baez, 11:28 fourth quarter, 14-3 Amarillo. So you come in averaging 10.9 goals a game. You already really feel tremendously good about that. And you had some of the best goal differential in the league, trailing only Toronto at plus 55 coming into play today. And now you're just taking out frustrations on this home club. And there's reasons for this club to still be frustrated too, Amarillo, again, as they've had suspensions, a number of them, that are finally beginning to be released. They played a match in Orlando, or pardon me, they played a match with Orlando on February the 7th that drew a number of multiple game suspensions. That was a incredibly tight 8-7 match. It was at home back just 1 month ago today. That was Orlando's best crack at these Bombers, but they just came up a little bit short. And again, Orlando has not quite clinched yet. You see it down at the bottom of your screen in that score ticker. Orlando with their final match of the season on the roads. In fact, probably have landed last night in Dallas with the flight over there, and then they will polish off their season there, and they've got to win that one to lock themselves in this weekend. Off the restart, here's Casillas just bunting this. Under 10 minutes, solo run on. You heard that coming from the bench for just a moment. When you hear the solo, it's exactly what that means. Casillas to distribute.
Hey, hey!
9.5 to play before we get you out of here. Ideally, it's to go and watch some of these other fantastic matches coming up this evening. Women's Major League Indoor Soccer will begin play this evening at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. We've got such a full slate across all three of our leagues. You've even got an MLIS X match also being streamed live on MLIS Pro TV this evening. That's United North and Fort Wayne's own 1927 Sport Club. Our WMLIS slate looks like this. Phoenix and Salt Lake City playing a doubleheader of sorts at 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Pacific. And then Kalamazoo's Zoo City FC taking on the Chicago Mustangs at 7:30 p.m. over in Kalamazoo. Keeper Chavez working on another fine output. Everybody's talking about the foul count once more. You hear them saying, hey, that's 6, which means, once more, if you have the 6 fouls against one team in one half, you create a shootout. It's clearly not quite there yet. You wonder if that was the 5th foul. And now, again, we can see the clock in the background here not running. That time he only missed a handful of seconds. No harm, no foul. Sent far too high. That touch by Vegas's 2 Teshiger. Continue to see those conference standings scrolling by you. Much of our league is decided, but at the very top, there's still so many questions to be had. Toronto is the one that has officially locked themselves in. They have known for a couple of weeks now that they were going to Vegas. Amarillo has just got to hold on to this 11-goal match, and then they will as well. Then you're still going to have these other ones up for debate. Teshiger is looking like he's going to pick up the foul that time. Now, might that be foul number 6 against Las Vegas and create a shootout? I don't think so. Based on the positions of our players right now, except if they are calling everybody back to that midfield stripe, then in fact that is. And we knew it was getting close on the foul counts, and Celaya is ready once more. He netted his last one. Remember, it was the buzzer beater shootout. And did he move early? All right, so another pause in the action here. Once more, this is a lesson in patience. But we thank all of you at home for your patience, too, as we come to you live from Big League Dreams here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Emmanuel Celaya with the free run-up. Celaya once more with the juke and the jab. It's a knockout blow for the Amarillo Bombers. Champions for a reason, folks. The exact same kind of deal where he stabs to his right. The keeper, Casillas, commits a little bit too much as he goes back to his left. He's left with nothing but open goal. Celaya with 2 penalty shootout scores. Both just from the accumulation of fouls. That's probably the worst part on the Las Vegas side, as that's sort of hurting oneself or one's own team. Halfway through quarter number 4, and they're quintupling up the Las Vegas Turf Monsters. Look at the keeper, Casillas! Oh, he let it loose. And now he is pressing and everything. So in essence, he becomes a true 6th attacker. Under 7 minutes. Now you see that clock winding all the way to 6:45. Again, this is exactly the kind of match that Amarillo would want to play. And I think headman Chad Webb would tell you exactly that. We think we should be up by a whole bunch early in the match, and then we think we should be able to put you away late. No matter what club's in front of you. That's their formula. That's their expectation of themselves as defending champions and as an undefeated club here in a talented South Conference. Utah still alive, and their competition is Orlando. Utah, knowing on their men's side, hey, we have to win out. They will be in action tomorrow, also against Amarillo. Finally, we get to that media timeout. It was worth the wait, though. 15-3, all Bombers everything here from Las Vegas. And we'll be back just a moment to polish this game off. You're watching MLIS Pro TV. And folks, we are just about ready to polish this match off. Amarillo says, hey, we got to book these plane tickets now. They say, we have made all of the statements. We have put up all the numbers that we've needed to. We've shown everybody who we are. Whistle foul here on Castaneda. And now we'll wonder on the foul count the other way, how many have accumulated against Amarillo, as they did just score on the second shootout score from Celaya. Vegas ready to restart in a moment here. For Andy Rodriguez, awaits that ready for play whistle at 5:56 of the quarter. So anyway, Amarillo's made all their statements. Anybody who's watched this team for more than a couple of moments knows, wow, they are big, physical, insanely skilled. The most interesting matchup. It's tough to say when you start to preview playoff predictions and say who may get through their semifinal match and what exactly is the format. Is it going to be the number 1 seed in the North versus the number 2 seed in the South? That's most likely. But then who is even going to take that 2nd seed in the South? Who knows? But one has to have in the back of their minds Amarillo and Toronto as an unbelievable finals matchup, should that be how all of our chips fall. Not only do you get the cross-conference play, as this is just sent too wide, in a season where we're just debuting the idea of conferences here instead of having the one table like last season. It's just such an era of evolution and growth of this league. Now, from just 2 years ago with a single league MLIS to 3 leagues, adding our exhibition season beginning this year, as well as the year 2 of WMLIS that's been a smash hit success in so many ways, expanding that women's season from 6 to 10 match regular season. and so much more. The tournament style weekends in Las Vegas and Kalamazoo, these travel-only clubs, Albuquerque and New Jersey, and the entire, as we mentioned, the exhibition season is just taken off and begun to flourish on its own as well as one more entity in 3 leagues and 27 teams. It is an incredible era of growth that we're in, and for all of you who join us, we are so grateful. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to play. 15-3, Amarillo over Las Vegas, live from Big League Dreams. Once more, I'm Tanner White, and you're watching MLIS Pro TV. Final media timeout was hit, and it is all over, but for the bellowing of perhaps the final horn, should this be the final score of a 12-goal victory. Again, Amarillo's high in terms of goal output on the season was 20. That's going to be tough to come by here with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to play. You have to score 5 more within that time. We really don't put it past them because we just believe that this club has the capacity to do it. But that match back on January 3rd at Dallas, that was something else entirely. There was 2 different levels of clubs on that field. Now just 3:15 to play, and 15-3 is your score, and we're seeing all of this beautiful symmetry. It's poetic. Probably the number one thing, too, that you can point to that leads Amarillo to success is their unbelievable balance. You've got the 4 goals from Celaya, but Rodriguez has chipped in 1. Reyes, Canes, Castaneda, Diaz, 2 apiece, 1 for Macias. It's just everyone can get you from anywhere. This Amarillo club has so much reason to think that they can defend, that they can repeat as champions. 19 different goal scorers, 13 with 2 or more on the season. After the foul here, we're nearing 2.5 minutes to play. Las Vegas, as we mentioned, was out of contention coming into this one. Whistle, Vegas foul once more.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Called on 9, Reagan Rice once more. There's excellent placement of a microphone right there because we just heard that referee as if he were standing, directly next to us. Well done to our Unity TV crew live on the ground in Las Vegas. Here's the keeper, Chavez. Feeling maybe a little frisky, but his cross into the box will be denied. Hector Casillas and Fredo Chavez, your goalkeeping matchup once more. Pardon us, we had the keeper change. Oh, shame on us. We were not alerted in time. Victor Lopez came in for Chavez at the 3rd quarter. Casillas on the Las Vegas side sports 8 saves. It's just been an awfully difficult assignment for him. Between the penalties and the pure speed and physical edge sometimes that Amarillo just has, kind of the moment that they get off the bus or the plane or the van or whatever their transport to the arena is. After this whistle, the free kick is coming. This is 24 Ian Dalton. Dalton with 92 ticks in this one. Dalton over a little bit slow, and then it's not going to turn into a shot for Reagan Rice at first. We should have another Amarillo foul, so accumulation is in the back of everyone's mind as well. That's something we'd like to clean up. Just pure racking up of fouls. There's playing with a physical edge, and then there's taking it a little bit too far and not always playing your most technically sound. That last touch from Teshiger collected easy by the reserve keeper Lopez. And again, Chavez's day has been done, and his statement was made. He only officially, from what we have so far, faced 6 shots on goal against, registering the 3 saves. He'll be charged with all 3 goals, and even then, his goals allowed average will be barely affected at all. Whistle, foul, and you got a Vegas player down clutching that ankle. It's Nathaniel Solomon. Oh, a blue card. So this is sort of a buzzer beater of its own, though not how anybody probably would like to see it, no matter what colors they're wearing. Solomon taken out, and the card, as we saw it, appeared that it would go on Jose Lopez for Amarillo, 24 in the whites. We'll be interested to see what they call on this, too, because there's a few things between a reckless tackle, a trip, or something in that range that could, many of those could apply. We're told tripping for now. The keeper, Casillas, ready with the restart in a moment. And Casillas is looking at everybody. He's talking with the bench, and oh boy, another whistle, and he's frustrated. Now, do we have another card shown on the bench area? That's what we thought we may have been seeing. It was just flicked up for half a second. 31 seconds to play. Shot. Score. And Las Vegas. I mean, the house always wins at some point. Ian Dalton nets one just out of frustration, I think. Dalton with the bottom left of his, bottom right of the keeper, Victor Lopez. And it makes you feel a tad better. Took out a little bit of his frustration on it. That may be the final one for the match. 15-4, your score sits with 15 seconds to play. Here from Big League Dreams in Las Vegas. Whistle, one more foul. And this is on Julio Molina, 17 in the white. Is this now a shootout? It's funny, you got players on both sides signaling to the other. Celaya really sold it well. He looked like a referee himself, pointing in exactly the opposite direction that, in fact, our referee was. Now there's a yellow card in hand from one official. Okay, so we did not, in fact, have a shootout. Again, we usually hear more so the foul count coming from the benches where the players are kind of keeping track of it themselves in their heads, but some of us are fallible. Some of us occasionally from time to time are human here in Major League Indoor Soccer. Final couple of ticks to get us out of Dodge. And that final horn will send the Amarillo Bombers back to Las Vegas for championship weekend. An undefeated 9-0 start, 3/4 of the way through the season, unblemished, unbeaten, and dominant in every way. The keeper, Chavez, will record win number 9 on the season, trailing only Toronto's Philip Zendelik. Take a look at some of the scores here. Kane's got him a couple of times. Celaya got him 4 times, 2 of those on shootouts. And overall, this is what we've expected of the club. Las Vegas put up fights from time to time. Solid first quarter. They trailed 3-0 coming out of that quarter break, but they did score a couple in the second quarter. That was their best. And trickling in one apiece in the third and fourth quarters. As we wrap it all up, the shooting edge goes like this, 23-7 in favor of Amarillo. Las Vegas with just the 7 shots on goal, but did manage to put 4 of those in the back of the net. The cards piled up, and at the end we can tell you that Brendan Lee was served a couple of yellows for Amarillo as we've got them now. And the dangerous play blue card was given to Jose Lopez at 40 seconds. Then Miguel Reyes with the one other blue card for Amarillo was at 4:56 the fourth quarter. And that is all we have to offer, folks. Take a look at the highlights as we roll them out to you one more time. This nasty juke from Celaya. He got the keeper, Hector Casillas, twice. Our keepers of record again, Hector Casillas, as well as Fredo Chavez for Amarillo. The defending champions will be back in the playoffs once more, and we will take you out of here. You've been watching MLIS Pro TV live from Big League Dreams in Las Vegas. It's a production of the National Soccer Network, and thanks so much to our NSN crew as well as our Unity View TV crew down on the ground. Once more for all of us here from Las Vegas, I'm Tanner White, and you've been watching MLIS Pro TV. Thanks so much for joining us, and tune in for all the games later on throughout the day.